Well, good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing this morning? Welcome to the Daily Boost. It's good to see everybody here. Give me a little heads up and tell me good morning or hi or awesome or whatever it is that you're feeling right now, and make sure I'm coming in loud and clear. I'm just going to kind of stall out just a little bit because I know we got some people still coming in. Fantastic day. Hey, Kat, good to see you. You're just going to throw a question out there, Ryan? Just question mark? That's all we're doing? Good afternoon, Clyde. I know you're on the afternoon side. Excellent, excellent. All right, good to see everybody in here. Hi, Carl. Good to see you. Welcome. Lane. Rob Acevito, one of my favorite guys in the whole wide world. You are so awesome. Good to see you. All right, so today, guys, what we're going to kind of talk about is the confidence level of where you're sitting right now as far as your ability to sell. And, one of the things that, Dave, you're awesome. One of the things that that I've been kind of hearing over the last couple of weeks is that you're not real sure, and when I say you, it's in general you, not real sure as far as what to say, how to say it, what the product is, things of that nature. And really all that is that just comes into your confidence structure. A confident salesperson, we started kind of talking about it yesterday, a confident salesperson right out of the gate is going to close more deals than anybody else. Doesn't really matter what else they've got. If they have that confidence structure, it just shows that power piece. So as we're kind of going through today, what I want you guys to think about is a couple of different things. First thing I want you to think about is where do you feel like on a scale from 1 to 10. If I told you go out right today and pick one of the products, doesn't matter what product it is, whether it's Smash, whether it's Doobly, whether it's the booster bar, it doesn't matter. Pick a product. On a scale from 1 to 10 right now with everything you have in your hands, where do you think you fall in a confidence level? Go ahead and type that in. Where do you think you fall? Are you 100% confident, can go right on out? Cat's like 10, 10. I expect nothing less of you, Cat. Especially after our conversation yesterday. Wait till you guys Cat is going to just rock your socks. You just wait. She's coming online. All right, Lane's an 11. Excellent. All right, so we have 65. I like these out-of-the-box thinkers. They're not even, stopping at 10. They've got 11 and 65, and that's awesome. Good. Okay, those of you that answer 10, you answer 10 actually really quickly. The rest of it, I haven't seen anything really under that because you're not quite sure where you sit. Well, you're hesitating. All right, well, if you hesitate in your thought on that, then you're hesitating on your speech to your prospects. You're hesitating on even connecting with a prospect. So the hesitation actually is going to turn around and it's going to halt all of your momentum. So let's take a look at that for just a minute, all right? When you're thinking about your confidence level, what skill sets do you think you need in order to really build a high confident presentation, invitation structure? What kind of skill sets do you think you need? And if you want to raise your hand, I think I've still got the hand options up here. Yeah, okay. So if you want to raise your hand, I'll actually unmute your mic so you can talk too if you have your headset on. Make sure you got a headset on. So on some of this, so if you're thinking about what it would take, what skills do you have to have in order to increase your confidence level? It's kind of if you really think about it, it's kind of something you got to dig deep into. You've got to actually sit and think about, well, all right, I've got to have a little knowledge, right? I got to be kind of maybe proud of who I am. What do you guys think? You guys are awful quiet this morning. I think most of you guys fell asleep. Did I racked your brain too much yesterday? Okay, so we're a little stuck this morning. Well, all right, here we go. There we go. We've got knowledge is good, people skills, confidence to raise the confidence. Yeah, that actually works. I mean, you build confidence on top of your confidence. That actually makes sense. So I want you guys to think about this on a sales confidence level. All right. Think of it like an iceberg. If you're actually looking at someone, how many of you guys think Jerry's super confident, like ridiculously confident, no unwavering whatsoever? Yep. You do? Okay, Carlo does. See, if you think about it, what about Doc? Do you think Doc's just like crazy confident? Yep. Okay. Most of you are saying yes. What about me? Do you think I'm confident? Out of the park. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you, on a lot of the scales, if you actually sit back after work, after the drapes have been, the lights have been turned off and everybody's gone home, the confidence level's not necessarily there outside of a sales skill for a lot of us. Some of us, we can kind of make it look like that on the surface. But if you really want to be solid, if you want to be an iceberg, if you want to be a rock, one of the things that you've got to look at is what it takes to really support that sales confidence structure. And a lot of it has to do with knowledge, being able to, exactly, the foundation. Your foundation is going to automatically increase your confidence level. So yesterday we were talking about the sales skills, being able to identify certain things and, doing a little research and, all those different pieces. So if you really think about where you're at right now and these different sales skills that we've got, product knowledge, it's already been said, it's huge. Knowing your product backwards, forwards, up, down, and sideways without waiting for anybody, without doing anything, without having anyone hand it to you, that's a big deal because now you have it firsthand. I mean, do you think it's easier to have someone build a house for you or for you to learn to build a house? Well, if you learn to build a house, you'll never be without a house, right? You don't need anybody else. You go do the due diligence yourself. A process knowledge is also a big deal. Knowing what to do when, that builds a lot of confidence. So if you're looking at we always have procedures, especially through Smash. We are always reworking and working procedures, and the big thing that we're looking at when you're looking at that process is what happens next. See, a lot of times what'll stop momentum is you go, 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 but then you don't know what happens next and it stops. So let's think about that for a second. Let's say, for instance, you're in with Doobly and you've got a brand new customer and they're all excited. What's next? Well, if you don't know what that next is, then they just stay excited and you lose them. The next is you get them an account, a free account. You get them their $10. The next step is you show them how to save some money. The next step is to show them how to cash out their money. The next step is, see, if you know your process from start to finish, and this is part of what's going to be nice with the Paid Easy is going to automatically build a training process for you so that you're just going to have a 1, 2, 3 step. You'll just always know what you need to do at any given point. As this thing actually builds out and all of these pieces come together, yeah, download the toolbar, exactly. All those different pieces that you have to have, that's your process. That doesn't stop momentum now. Now all you're going to do is it's almost like an assembly line. Anybody like I Love Lucy? I love Lucy. Let's just put it that way. And remember the famous chocolate factory? There was a process, right? Well, when that process got a little hairy-carry, they started just throwing stuff wherever, stuffing it in their mouth, throwing it in their hat, whatever it took, right? Well, it kind of messes up the momentum. It messes up the end result. So know your process because it will actually increase your confidence level. The other thing to know is your competitors, because here's the big thing that will stop most people right in their tracks. Well, what about this company? And I hear it from everybody all the time. I mean, I really do. It is one of the biggest things. Well, what about this company? Well, where do we stand against that company? Go do your own homework. Find out where you stand next to them. I can tell you exactly where Smash stands up against Salesforce. Sugar CRM. There's not a whole lot. There's only like 30 in the industry that are even substantial. I can tell you exactly where they stand at HubSpot. I know our competition, upwards, downwards, sideways, and in between and crazy where it comes to Smash. And all I did was jump on and started researching CRMs. I started looking at price points. I started looking at what it took to get in. I looked at customer feedback. I looked at all of those different kinds of things. Now, Doobly's the same thing. Really, the nice part is with Doobly, there's not a whole lot of competition. Really, Ebates, I think, is the only one we've got here in the U.S. And even that's not, it's okay. It's okay. But I can tell you that a lot of the start points we have, they're not worldwide. They're not, they don't have the payout structure for someone to be able to do a home-based business to it. Their pay to their customers is very, very slow, things like that. So I can tell you that there are some downsides. Know your competition. And don't be afraid of your competition either. Embrace them. Bring them on. Right? Because, and here's the other fun part too. Knowing your competitor doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to have that person as your client. It just means that you're really solid in your convictions as to your company. Because you yourself will now know that, I know all the competitors out there. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. And if I'm not going anywhere, how many guys have we've had the conversation over the years too? I'm not going anywhere, and don't worry about it. Until I do, you don't need to worry about it, right? And that's really where you need to be. That builds the sales confidence. And belief in yourself and your abilities are huge. So you have the product side of things, right? Then you have to have your own belief structure, your own set of skills. Do you believe what you're doing wholeheartedly is going to change your world? Do you enjoy it? We talked about it yesterday. Do you enjoy what you're doing? Now, here's the thing I want to elaborate on from yesterday as well. If we start really thinking about it, when it comes to doing something in a career that we're not happy with, all right, there is a way to stay in the career and still make yourself happy by changing your habits. And I've done that quite a few times over the last few years. I love sales, marketing. I love belly-to-belly marketing. I love being able to talk to people. There was a lot of things that came into play over the years that would stop me because I thought I didn't like the sales and marketing structure. No, I love it. I love training. I love talking to people. I love the whole thing. But there were some certain day-to-day processes that I was doing. Like, for instance, for myself personally, I don't cold call. Hate it. I will pick up. I will clean the house as opposed to cold calling. I really am that kind of person. It's like going to the dentist and having, no Novocaine. It's so bad for me. But what I do love is I do love my social media. All right, and I can talk to everybody and anybody and their kid brother through social media, and it's my own little hang-up. It's my own trigger point. So I've had a few of you that have sent me some emails, and a lot of you guys are saying that, I don't like to do this. I don't know social media. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Fine. Okay, then don't worry about the don'ts. Find the do. What do you like? How do you like to do business? One thing that I'm putting together for you guys that'll be in the Paid Easy is a list of ways for you to develop prospects. I mean, we had way back when I first started in direct sales, one of the things that we had a list of, this is when we were hanging signs, and I got stories I could tell you about hanging signs on street corners at midnight trying to dodge police officers so we didn't get a ticket. But anyway, and I'm sure we've all been there, the flyers where you pass out like 10,000 flyers and you're so excited because you get home and there's a message on the machine and it's the one guy that didn't like the fact that you put a flyer on his car. All those fun stuff. But there's this list. There's a whole different thing. There's hundreds of ways to do it. Pick three. Pick three that you like to do, that you have no problems, that you get excited doing. Because that now gives you the belief factor that will give you now the experience to build your confidence. Because the more you do it, whatever it is, the better you get, right? And for those of you guys that have been with me forever, you guys have heard me say doing the trainings and things like that. I mean, do you think the experience level from 3 years ago, 4 years ago to now, there's a difference, you know. The fun part is now I can just jump on and go. Especially with a webinar, I can just jump on and go. I don't even have to think twice about it. And that comes with experience. And then customer knowledge, sitting and listening to who that customer is, who that person is, what do they need, what do they like, what do they not like, where are their pains at, what have they tried before. You know, ask these questions, because the more that you can get from them, the more it now gives you the experience as to who they are, which increases your confidence level, and you'll have the belief that you have the right product for their problems. Stephen was told to take his flyers off the cars in the malls. Yeah, I've had that too. I actually scared the dickens out of one guy when I was putting flyers around. I almost got popped in the nose. You got to be careful of that stuff. That's why I like social media. I don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun. If you really start looking at all the different processes that you've got and all the different tools that you have and all the different ways, follow it. Just kind of narrow it down to 3. What 3 ways works best for you? You know, all these different pieces that are out there. And the options are crazy. I mean, we're going to have, we can do house parties. House parties are fun because really it's a social hour. If you turn a house party in, especially for Doobly, into a social hour, business networking type structure, have a business networking, type deal, we're going to have all different types of things that you're going to be able to pull from. Just pick 3. And the reason why you want 3 is because if one's not working, you still have 2 that do. One thing that I learned the hard way was I did do the flyers and the signs and the ads and all that stuff way back when. And I had the wrong number on my flyers. So I had 10,000 flyers that went out with the wrong number on it. Well, if I hadn't had the other 2, I would have killed the momentum in a heartbeat, right? Very frustrating. But I wasn't panicked. Yeah, that's painful. Oh, you have no idea. It's so painful, especially when you're brand new and you think you know it all. I was such a teenager for so long when it came to trying to own my own company. It was crazy. I fell on my face so much. I've still got scars. It's crazy. But it really does increase the experience. So, does anybody have any comments on this? I'm going to open up your mic if you do. You guys have anything you want to say? Go ahead and just raise your hand and I'll open up your mic. And for those of you that are new, that with the system, you're going to see like a little hand right in your right where your name is, and it should just have. It looks like it's holding, kind of like a little stop sign. Test, test, test. Hi, Preston. You do agree. Excellent. All right, Preston. Let's see here. There's Stephen. Hi, Stephen. Okay, I'm going to open up your mic. You ready? You got your headset on, right? Okay, here comes Stephen.
Hey, can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay, I just want to make sure I don't blast anybody out.
Nope, you're doing good, man.
Okay. One of the things that, excuse me, but one of the things that I really found attractive about Doobly is that you could, you've always heard the term be a product of the product. But with Doobly, you can dive in and really work inside as a customer so that you can get that feel. And that's what I'm working on right now, because it's like, okay, I've made 2 purchases that went through, through the cashback, and it's like, when are they going to show up? When are they going to show up? I don't know those answers, but because I could use the system now, I'll have those answers later.
Exactly. Now, would you follow that under the experience?
Yes, definitely.
And now that if somebody was to run into the same situation, would you know how to handle it?
Yes, I will. I've run across, already, because when I signed up, I came in and signed up as free member, and then I got my VIP position, and then I, picked up the BA position later, and I wasn't sure if they were connected, and I had a difficult time getting my user email to be the same, so I wound up with 2 different emails. And then I said, okay, this is crazy. I've got to be able to find my information in one email box. So I went in and I made the change. And when I got the email back that they made the change, they said, now, your two sites are connected. And it's like, voila.
Very
That's what
good.
I wanted to know for sure. I
Very
wanted to
good.
know that they were connected.
See, and now the nice part is when you actually have a new customer coming in, you're not even going to second guess it. You'll know exactly what you have to do, whether they come in on the customer side or as a business associate. You'll know how to be able to connect accounts because you've already walked through it.
Right.
Right. Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. So good to hear
You
from
bet.
you. Anybody else have anything they want to say? Raise your hand and I will open everything up. Karo's telling me she says it's also your mindset, and I have to agree 100%. One of the things when it comes to your confidence level, if you're looking at, and my son and I, we work on this every day because he's a teenager. And he's 16, and he's a very, very positive person in general. He's a happy kid in general. But there are the mornings where, it's like, oh, it's Monday. Well, if you have that kind of mindset, yeah, it's going to be Monday all day, right? And there are days where we can, I don't see it, Preston, but I'll give it to you next. There's days where, you're running late and, I spilled coffee all over, which means I didn't get my coffee in the morning, and I got you get pulled over with a police officer, whatever the case may be, right? And you can really have that ruin your entire day. Or you can put yourself in a mindset that said, oh, okay, well, that's all done. Thank goodness we got it done in the morning. Now the rest of my day is going to be good, right? Well, if you change the way you approach things, it's like if taking the same situation as being able to, I don't like to do cold calling. I was like, I can sit here and go, oh, I don't want to cold call. I don't want to cold call. Oh, if I have to cold call, oh my gosh. No, I just find something else. I was talking to somebody I think it was last week, and we were talking about pay plans. Change into pay plans, and I hope they don't do this, and I hope they don't do that. Well, guess what? Doesn't matter, because whatever you change, whatever you do, I'm going to work a pay plan to make the most money out of it, and I don't care what it is. If I like the product, I'll figure out the way to make the most money. I don't care what gets changed. I don't care what gets structured. I just learn whatever the money is, where it sits, where's the most fit, and I just work it. So you need to decide how you're going to attack your day, and by deciding that factor, that also now is going to increase your confidence level. All right, Preston, you wanted to come on. I got to find you here, Preston. There you are. You got your headset on, buddy. Here we go. Everybody say hi, Preston.
Actually, they wouldn't be able to hear you.
I hear you, buddy. Go ahead.
All right, hopefully my fan is not interfering with this call.
That's a little bit, but go ahead.
Okay. Anyways, I was saying, like you're saying, it's just basically experience, and obviously I've been experienced pretty well in Smash for the last 3 years, and then Doobly just recently. I'm doing something kind of out of my comfort zone right now. Actually, today I'm picking up some flyers, and I'm going to distribute them all over our neighborhood.
Okay.
And according to what I understand, I'm not going to get in trouble for it.
Good.
So I set up a certain page that is going to be a lead capture page where I actually collect their emails, since Doobly doesn't allow you to do that. And it's going to go into a video, and then after the video done playing, then they can sign up for a free account.
Awesome.
The only, I guess, challenge I'm going to have is the flyers are, of course, in Spanish, but the video is not, so I'm going to see how that works.
Well, we'll see what happens, right? I'd love to hear back how it works. So when you get your numbers, put them all together, and let's share them for everybody.
Yeah, I will, because it's something that I think, as long as the neighborhoods allow you to do it here, it sounds like you are. As long as you have a business and you have a flyer, you can pass it out.
Okay.
So I printed up, I couldn't print up 400 because there's 400 houses in our neighborhood. I can, print up 200 just as a test. And the cool thing is the only reason I had that idea is because I went to my son's school, because obviously I want them to become a partner, but there's a little bit of complication because they don't have 501(c)(3)s here. They
Okay.
have some other type of process, so I got to figure that out.
Okay.
But she suggested for me to bring flyers because that's what she does to promote her business.
Perfect.
In the neighborhood.
Well,
So
see, and
she's
here's the
going to turn
cool
her good
part with
hat
that,
back to me.
Preston. The cool part with that is that as because you're outside of the country and it's a little bit different structure than what we have in the United States, and like you were saying with the 501 accounts, those are that's a U.S. structure. So now you're going to understand what the nonprofit structure is for that. Once you learn that, you realize where your confidence level is going to go. You're going to be able to help anybody do that. That's
Oh,
going to be
exactly.
amazing. And
Yeah.
I can tell you I'm very excited about this because Preston's in my group. So I just want you guys to know I love Preston. So so let me know if you need anything, buddy. I'm here.
Well, you know the story because I'm willing to do cold calls, and I have done even with Smash just recently for the Booster Bar, and I got a couple of actually Booster Bar trials just set up this morning. But I'm big into social media because of you. You know, I've grown a lot of my social media channels because of your training. So,
Awesome.
you know, I suggest everybody, you know, go to the classes that are recorded on the Smash site so you can learn more about how to do it because it does work. You just got to work it. I mean, I don't got a huge following, but I got like 5,000 on Google Plus. I got 2,000 on Facebook and Twitter, and I mean, I'm doing
Yeah,
all of
you
them.
are. You're doing it. I've actually watched your numbers grow. You're really doing a great job, buddy. Just keep it up. Well, we're gonna do some more stuff with that too. We're gonna start. We're gonna do Twitter parties and we're gonna do Facebook online parties and fun stuff like that. And I'm gonna teach you guys how to do all that. So yeah, we'll have
I
a
can't
blast.
wait. I can't wait.
Awesome. Good to hear from you. I so
Thanks.
appreciate you, Preston. Preston works so hard. I mean, more so than I think I've ever seen anybody where he's constantly at it. It's awesome. Okay, so let's see here. The question we have, Valerie, yes. Okay, so do schools have to be 501c3? As far as I know, all schools have a 501. The boosters don't necessarily have 501, and I can tell you that from experience because I just changed all that out on my son's wrestling. So the school itself is a nonprofit. What it works is you put in the EIN number, the company number, when you're signing them up, and you're clicking the fact that they have the nonprofit so that they're not paying the sign up. If they are not set up that way as a nonprofit and they do not have the 501, then they're a for-profit company and they pay the setup. So that's your differences. Okay. And if there's anything different than that, I know Kat will let me know any moment. Okay, let's see here. Any other questions we've got here? Preston, go ahead and take your hand down if you would, so I don't get you messed up. And hi, Lane. All right, Lane, go for it.
Okay. I am very, very active in the area of the Angel Partner Program. In fact, I'm just working on a few this morning. Let me tell you kind of what I am getting the feeling for as to what types of organizations qualify for the Angel Partner Program. Most of you, I'm sure, have watched the video where it talks about charities or nonprofits, which are going to be your 501c's, schools, which I don't believe are necessarily a nonprofit, but they have to send documentation that they're a school. Doc set up a school down in northern Arizona or southern Utah. I can't remember.
Lane, let me ask you a question on that. Was it a charter school? Do you know?
Yeah, it was a charter school.
Okay, that's the difference. That's where the difference is. Your district schools are 501c. Your charters are not necessarily. So
okay,
that's the
and
difference.
that could be. There just needs to be documentation sent. And as you set these up, you'll go to dooblypartner.com, and on that front page, it basically just asks for the nonprofit or the 501c documentation, but that's where you do the documentation for any of these. So a youth group qualifies, and I don't think that necessarily has to be a 501c, or churches. Churches may or may not be a nonprofit. But any type of documentation, I really think that Doobly really wants to, push this program. So I don't necessarily think that all of those organizations necessarily have to be a 501c. It just has to, verify that they are a school or that they are a church or.
So it's where they registered their EIN and all that fun stuff. Those are the differences.
Right, yeah,
Gotcha.
and you just, you're going to have to send an electronic copy of your 501c papers or your tax exempt status or your church organizational papers or whatever it is, and that's done on the first page. The second page is going to be contacts inside that charity or church, and so that's just contact information. And I signed up a little hockey one that was just a one-man band, and we basically put his name in all of those.
Awesome.
And then there's a third page where two items are going to need to go in. One is their logo, and the logo has to be 190 across and 100 high and no larger than that.
Okay.
And then also on the third page is where their website's going to go.
Perfect.
Time-wise, usually within 5 days, if those are done correctly, within 5 days the site's up, they're all co-branded, and they're ready to fly.
Awesome. Thank you, Lane.
Any other questions that I could handle? Because, like I said, I've
We're
set
going
up
to go
four,
through
and
on this one a little bit later. We're running over time, and I don't want to keep everybody, but I want everybody to do me a favor. Thank you, Lane, so much for that. That really helps a lot. What I want you guys to do, if you are on the PPA and if you are doing the partner program structure, come on over to dooblypartner.com and take a look at where everything's at. This is where I'm at right now. So if you're at dooblypartner.com, take a look at the website, take a look at everything in there, and if you have someone that you are trying to register right now, if you have a nonprofit that you're trying to do outside of the videos that we've got working and coming in here pretty quick, Val just finished her training yesterday. Yay! Valerie is a PPA officially. Excellent. Everybody say yay. Way to go, girl. That's awesome. Again, Valerie is in my team, and I'm very excited. I'm so excited for you. But anyway, what I want you guys to think about is, when you're ready to go, when you're ready to grab somebody and put somebody in the system, get a hold of someone to help you. And make sure that, and walk together with them. Don't have them do it for you. You do it and let them walk with you so that way. But really, the nice part with Doobly, so self-explanatory. Read it, walk through it. You'll know exactly what you need to do. But if you have any questions, reach out to myself, reach out to Doc. Actually, right now, reach out to me because you're probably going to get the fastest response. I'm going to put my email in again. For you guys that are brand new, if you're brand new, I want to say welcome to you. I didn't do that at the very beginning. Okay, so there's my email address right there in the chat area, and go ahead and take a look at that and make sure that, like I said, if you have any questions, that's what we're all here for. So we're here, and you can ask it here too, during the day. Okay, so to finish up, just kind of where we're at for kind of an overall structure on your confidence level for you. See yourself as an expert in your field. That really, if you can see yourself and visualize your success, it really does help, kind of put the shoulders back and put your head up. And when you walk out the door, make sure you're walking out the door. I don't care if you're going to grab gasoline or, whatever. Be prepared to work. This is the crazy part that I think a lot of us fall short on. We're like, oh, I'm just going to run to the store. No, it doesn't. You don't have to have your, ladies, we don't have to have our makeup on all the time, but be prepared for work. Make sure that you're always on your game plan. Because if you are always on your game, doesn't matter if somebody has a question or if something comes across you or that opportunity knocks, you will always be prepared to be able to move it forward in your process. And don't sell with money on your mind. When I say that, that's a panic sell. Oh, I've got $500 I got to make it. If I got to make $500, if I don't make $500, it really will come across in your voice. Money should never be on your mind. Because ultimately, guys, it's not about you. It's about how you can help your client. So take your mindset, take it off the money. The money is the ultimate reward for a job well done. But it's not where your mindset should be when you're talking to a client. Know your products, know the facts, know your competition, Make sure that you're reaching out as far as your prospects and research them. Know who they are. What do they need? Listen, listen, listen. Listen twice as hard as you do anything else, because everything that they say to you, you will be able to utilize that in a way that will help you close the sale. And again, remember, it's not about you. It's about your client. What can you do to help your client at the end of the day? It's huge. Okay. Let's see here. I want to make sure I'm not missing any questions. If there is a question that I did not answer, go ahead and let me know again. Yeah, Preston says, good job, Valerie. Everybody saying, attaboy, way to go. Yay, she said thanks. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's end this now on a little food for thought. Confidence helps you take a rejection in stride and bounce back with enthusiasm. So build your confidence, make it count. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.